Good morning. Thank you for joining us today for this webinar. Today we're going to explore OneCard Admin Web. My name is Fred Emery, and I am Director of OneCard Sales for Heartland, and I'll be your host today. Just a little bit of housekeeping information. This webinar is in listen-only. Mode. If you'd like to ask any questions, please go to the questions area of the GoToWebinar control panel and simply type in your questions there, and I will be happy to answer them. We will leave time at the end to answer all questions. However, I will try to answer them as they come in, as time allows, as the presentation allows. The webinar is being recorded, so you will be able to view it at a later time if you'd like. Following the webinar, within 24 hours, you should receive an email which will have a link to the recorded webinar. However, we will be posting the recorded webinar on our website, www.onecard.com, underneath the resources area. So again, that webinar will be posted at www.onecard.com. That's the number one, CARD.com. There will be a screenshot in a few moments, a little bit later in the presentation, which will have that web address in it. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to just type them into the questions area of the GoToWebinar control panel. So today we're going to do a little bit of a review of who's Heartland. For those of you who are not really familiar with Heartland Campus Solutions and the Heartland OneCard, just give you a quick overview of who we are and a very, very high level of what OneCard is, what it can do for your campus. We then will go into the OneCard admin application now, how it is designed and really what it is, a very quick touch upon that. We then will start talking about the web version of our administrative application, the next steps for that, where we're going with it, and what you should expect from it. But mostly what we'll do is show you a live demonstration of the web admin portal and where we are at with it, the look and feel, some of the functions, and how it will be utilized on your campuses. For those of you that were at our user group conference, that are our existing clients that were at our user group conference, this presentation will pretty much be a repeat of what you saw at the user group conference. Some additional information might be in there, but we'll go through the screen similar to what we did at the conference. So a little bit about Heartland OneCard. The OneCard system is a modular solution that's been designed to meet all of your campus card related needs. Whether you're wanting to just produce an ID card or use it for meal plans, privilege-based transactions, or financial transactions, anywhere you'd want to use that card, Heartland can provide the solution for you to meet that need, software and hardware, of course. We do design it in modular and flexible fashion, so you only have to license the modules that meet your needs now, and then you could expand as your needs change and as you grow. We have over 200 institutions utilizing the OneCard across the United States and Canada. We do offer the database in your choice of Oracle or MS SQL Server. Whatever you're more familiar with, you can utilize, and you get it all from Heartland. It's a single database solution from a single vendor using a single database structure. We do provide the solution in an open format. We do have an open architecture, which would allow you to integrate other systems through standard web service APIs. So if you have some solutions now on campus that you'd want to integrate to OneCard as a form of payment or to process a privilege, just let us know and you could utilize our APIs to connect into those. And we do offer mobile solutions that you can use for administrative functions or as a replacement to the card and for management of the account by the students. Now, Heartland Payment Systems is our parent company. Heartland's core business is card transactions. Heartland's the fifth largest payment processor in North America. What I mean by that is our core business is processing card transactions, credit and debit cards in retail locations, merchants, restaurants, colleges, and universities, allowing those transactions to flow through terminals and web-based products as a form of payment to our secure network and process them fully. We have over 3,000 employees and over 300,000 merchants, 2,000 which are colleges and universities. In 2014, we processed more than 3.3 billion transactions, which equaled about $122 billion in volume. So as I mentioned, our core business, our core function is card transaction processing. So we bring that knowledge to our OneCard system and out to our clients, enabling you to process transactions with your campus card, your campus ID in a secure and efficient manner. Now, some of the modules that OneCard offers that can help you is in access and security, activities and event management, bookstore payments, library management, vending, laundry, print and copy, identification card production, dining, point of sale, meal plans, parking, and mobile applications. So let's look at a little bit at the OneCard administrative application now. It is right now in its current version a client-server application, traditional type of application like you're used to using with Word or Excel. You're going to launch an application on your PC and use it for administrative functions. It's what you use to manage the entire system. We've done a lot of work the past few years in rewriting our technology, rewriting our solution using .NET and redoing the whole underlying technology. We rebuilt the foundation so that it is using more current technology and provides a more robust solution. OneCard has always been a robust tool, though, filled with a multitude of features and functions. And we're continuing to offer those features and functions in the new web admin version of OneCard. So we built upon what existed. We're streamlining it, making it more user friendly, a better UI, and bringing that out to our client base. It comes complete with account management, reporting solutions, as well as the ability to configure the system from one administrative application. Now, as we move towards our web version of OneCard Admin, you'll see a lot of changes. Of course, it's browser-based, which will allow you the flexibility to use any type of browser to manage your OneCard system. We've also mobile optimized the solution, and it's reactive. So as you resize the screen, it'll move the different areas around, the different functions around, and the look and feel. So no matter what size device you'll be using, you'll be able to manage the OneCard system fully. There's not a light version for mobile as opposed to on a computer. It's the same functionality on your mobile device as will be on your computer. In the past, we've licensed the system based upon administrative terminals. So your computer was recorded in the OneCard system, and that's how it was licensed. We are looking at a model change to possibly go to a concurrent licensing, a seat licensing, with the ability to possibly reserve a number of those licensing for master administrators or super users type of a situation. We still are working that out. The browser version is still in process, so we are working that out. However, the model will be changing to make it more flexible for you as a client to get on any type of device to access the OneCard system. We will still offer the client-server model for those who prefer to utilize that. I personally feel, and a number of our users had expressed to us at our user conference, that there would be switching to the browser version as soon as it's released, and I expect many clients to move to that. However, there might be some holdouts that really like that client server model, the old style application. So that will still be available. We do expect, though, that majority of our clients will start migrating over to the browser-based version. And as we, of course, enhance it and add new functionality to the browser-based, we'll see that continuing to happen. Um, as with all of our applications, once you're on a maintenance contract, as we do newer versions of software product, you receive those new versions at no additional charge. It's part of your maintenance contract. So as we keep on enhancing the browser version, you'll get that in your upgrades. The browser version, the new OneCard Admin Web, will also include a new reporting tool that will allow you to customize reports and in a lot greater detail, create your own reports, share report templates with other users, uh, a complete report writing tool that will allow you to design reports on your own. We'll still have our canned reports in the system that you may want to utilize, but for those that would like to utilize a design tool to create reports, you'd be more than welcome to utilize the one that will be bundled with it. We expect the admin web version to be in beta test this winter at a number of campuses, with a full release for installation in Q2 2016. So, knowing the sort of project timelines of campuses, most schools will not upgrade in the middle of a semester to the OneCard system. So we're expecting that our client base and new clients coming online will be able to utilize the web-based version with their summer installations and their summer upgrades to the OneCard version. So let's go now to the live demo and get right into the meat of the program here. You should now be seeing my web browser. And this is the login portion of the web version of OneCard Admin. Once you log on to the portal, you'll come to the main dashboard. The dashboard is configurable by you as a user. You can there will be some elements that will come canned when you open up initially, but it's completely configurable by you. And these are quick tools to get to aspects of the system. We also will be adding in reporting into the dashboard, so you'll have quick views into vital information such as terminal status or financial transactions and what have you. How much was done in the dining hall yesterday, or what's the amount of funds that have been deposited today so far, those type of things. And that'll be configurable by you. But let me go right into the dashboard and show you how to edit it. Once I click on Edit Dashboard, any of the existing dashboard tiles that are there, simply click on the pencil icon for editing. And you'll see here you can choose a specific icon, a color that you want to utilize, and of course, choose the action group that dashboard widget would be part of, the action that it will launch, and of course, how you'd want to label it. If you wanted to add a new widget, you simply would choose the icon, the background color, the action group, the action item. Let me choose, say, meal, and the action item, and then the label for it. Save it, and it will be available for you on your dashboard. Moving right along, looking at account management. Let's do an account history. Enter account number. Select my account. I can do a quick search of the past 60 days. And of course, you'll see then the detail, most recent to past, date and time, amount, balance that that financial transaction came from, the transaction type, the terminal that it was done at, and if it's a financial transaction, the general ledger account that the money moved into. You can do a quick search for 60 days, or of course, you can manually enter in a date or pull it up on the calendar. And see those transactions. So that's a quick tool for you to view account history. A student comes into your office and they'd like to know where their card was used. They're not sure if the vending transaction came off or not. You'll be able to quickly go in and see that for them. They can also, of course, check it themselves on the web if you're using our web module. However, this OneWeb for student management. However, this as an administrator gives you that ability. Now let's go into account maintenance. This is where you'd go into an account and be able to change different functions within that account, assign privileges, and what have you. So I will pull up my account. If you are using multiple account types, you will see them listed here. OneCard has the ability to list multiple account types per card holder. So you might have your standard account number that might be, let's say, a banner number or an ID number from your student information ERP system. You can auto-generate an ISO ABA account number or have it assigned, a custom account number, proximity account number, smart card account number, auto-generate or assign it to an individual. Their suffix is their issuance number. So when the card is printed, that suffix is changed. You'd have your start date and end date, their name, a designation, any type of credentials, the ability to set an initial PIN for that person. You could flag them as physically challenged and give them an open door duration override time. This is useful for our door access solution. So if a student, let's say, they broke their leg and they're on crutches temporarily, they need an extra 5 seconds to present their card, grab the door, then grab their book bag and the crutches and get through the door. This gives them a little extra time to keep the door unlocked without changing the time period for anyone else on campus. It's just specific to that individual on the locations where they need to enter. You can flag an account inactive, which would put a hold on their account. It would suspend that account from being utilized within the system. Link to an additional account so that if, let's say, you had a parent account and then sub-accounts, maybe for memberships to a recreation facility, you can link them together or maybe link siblings together. And of course, add any additional notes that you'd like within the account for other administrators to read. If you made any changes, you would simply save it. Moving on to personal data, you have your full address, email, multiple phone numbers. If you check their ID, which we recommend you do when handing out a produced card, such as their passport or driver's license, and if you'd like to record that information, the passport, driver's license number, you can do so here. You can include the state that the DL was from, the driver's license was from, country, second address, their birth date, their gender, marital status, and you could even include a physical description if you'd like of that individual. Under professional data, this is where if, let's say, you had contractors or outside agents on campus, you can include their company information or any type of secondary information you need. Record vehicles with permit numbers if you'd like. place them into categories and groups. Categories are their main classification, such as, and these are all user definable, employee or student, external account, whatever you decide to, the librarian, general staff, um, postdoctoral fellow, anything you choose or you define as the main category or main classification of an individual, you then would put them into this category. And that, of course, can come over from your ERP system. Rate category is used for discounts, and an access control status can also be used for access control privileges. You also can assign an individual to multiple groups, and groups are utilized for reporting as well as for access or event privileges, giving someone privilege to a facility or a location. So perhaps you add someone into a group for Emory Residence Hall or Biology 101, or that they're part of a outside contractor that they then would have access to a certain facility. Once they're in these areas, or let's say they're in Biology 101, they then could gain access to a specific lab that's needed for that class or the front door of their residence hall according to those groupings. So it's an easy and efficient way to assign privileges as well as to do reporting on different classifications. How many freshmen went into the cafeteria, or how many seniors went to the homecoming game, that type of a situation. Authorization, these are customer-defined fields that you can inquire on at any of our terminals. And of course, you would have the account picture within the account maintenance as well to view, upload, and change. Adding funds is quite easy. You simply choose the balance that you'd like to add funds in. You can have up to 12 different balances in one card. The balance names are user definable. In my test scenario here, I'm connecting to just a demo site, actually in our Bulgarian development office. So I am communicating to Bulgaria right now for this. So it does show you that you can access the OneCard system from anywhere you need to do your management of it. But you simply choose the general ledger account, the type of funds, whether it's cash, check, credit card. If you wanted to hold it for a certain number of days, let's say somebody gave you a check for $2,000 to add onto a OneCard account for funds to be used in the bookstore and dining, you want to make sure maybe that that check clears before you give them those funds. You can then put it on hold for a certain number of days. And once those funds clear, or the hold period is released, it would automatically add funds to that card account. But let's say I'll just add $300. I could put in any type of deposit note and simply prepay to the account. Adjusting balance is quite easy. If you need to do any type of an adjustment to an account, you simply just pull up that account, choose the balance that funds would be going into or out of, do the adjust to or from, the amount, and the based adjustment general ledger, and process that transaction. Refunding funds are pretty similar. Just pull up the account, and you would, again, select the balance, put in the amount, the refund general ledger account that it would flow through, and refund that amount. Same with move-in balances. You can move balances move funds from one balance to another. Let's say you made a mistake and you put it in their bookstore account when it should have been in the dining account, or the general account when it should have been in the dining account. You can move that specific amount or move the entire balance to another available balance. Account messages. Within OneCard, you're able to place a message on an account which would either just do a notification to the individual when their card is utilized, or it would block the ability for the function to go through. The message would appear on, let's say, a dining point of sale terminal, or any type of terminal with a display. And you see here, this account has a warning for both parking and financial. That means it will display the message, such as please see the accounting office, or the bursar office, or someone in residential life, but it will still allow the account to go through, the transaction to go through. If it was a blocked message, it would prevent it from passing, and just leave it at that. In the event area, you can define events. A service, which would be let's say, the ability to utilize the recreation center or a computer lab. You can set it up for a variable service, which would be from, let's say, a year from the time it was purchased, or it could be on a calendar year. So no matter when you purchase it, it's for that period of time that you designate. Let's just go into this one here, the Medicare. You can see this is when it begins and ends, the default price. Well, whether you can add in a manual price entry, issue it on the web, allow students to purchase it on the web, whether it can be issued to an account holder multiple times. Events are very similar. Let's look at, let's say, a Halloween party that then you would sell to an individual. It has the beginning and end date for that event, when it will be sold. It's listed underneath an organization, so that's who has rights to see this detail and who's managing this event. The default price, maximum seats that are available, so there's only, let's say, 1,000 people that can go to this party, otherwise the facility is full. Again, whether it's issued on the web, whether you're going to check that maximum seat capacity and allow someone to enter multiple times. So this is all available for you in the web version. And selling an event is pretty simple. Let's say I'll just go to sell event, choose this account, choose the event, let's say the Halloween party, and click on sell event, and it would be assigned to that individual. Then when they go to the event and they present their card at one of our card reading terminals, it will validate and record that they were allowed to go to that event and that they were at the event. So it's pretty straightforward and simple. Under the meal plan tab, you can issue a meal plan. I'll issue a meal plan to this account. Any number of our types of meal plans. Let's see an undefined meal plan, what we have here. What types we have, a guest meal plan, and simply sell that plan to an individual. If I wanted to see their meal plan status, what they currently have, I could see all the meal plans that are assigned to this account. They have way too many meal plans. As this is a test account, you'll see all the different times that we've added a plan to them. Let me go to another individual. I'll pull up my account. And you'll see here that I have the flexible weekly 9 plan, 9 meals per week, and an undefined plan assigned to me with a generic meal count of 1,000. If I'd like to see the history on my account, I simply can pull in a date range and see if there's been any transactions. Oops, sorry, clicked on the wrong key there. I have no activity on my account. And meal plan status would show me the current plans that are assigned and whether they've been used or not. Underneath the security area, you could set a usage alert for a card. Let me pull up my account here. You'll see that I have an emergency locate usage alert on my account. If I had multiple, right now it's in a single table view. If I turn it off of single table view, it would put it into tiles. I could see my last transaction that was utilized. So if you need to find a student, you can just click on that last transaction within the usage alert to see where their card was utilized last. So you can go ahead and send someone out to get them or to look for them and see maybe how long ago it was that they utilized their card. So I'm going to add account to a card usage alert list. I'll do my account. I'll put an emergency and add that. I'm already on the account alert, so let me try it on that other account, see if they have any on there. So you'll see here any type of error messages will pop up in red, successes will pop up in green. It'll stay there to remind you of them for a while, or you can just click the X and it will go away. So let me try this account. A question came in a moment ago. It was swipe machine required for a student to use their OneCard funds at an event, or can web-based system allow online processing events such as through an iPad? We do have mobile applications that can be utilized, so you don't have to utilize a specific proprietary card reader. We've moved to a very open platform where you can utilize mobile devices, PCs with a USB connected card reader, whether it's magstripe or contactless, mobile applications on iPads, any iOS device, iPads, iPhones, iPod touches, or Android-based tablets or phones with a connected card reader. So you don't have to utilize a specific proprietary device. It is a very open platform. So that account already has an alert on it as well. So let's look at the last card usage. I'm switching back and forth between these accounts. So you see here on this account, Joe Morris's account, the last time it was utilized was on 3/24/2015 for a successful financial transaction at a web-based terminal in residence hall number 1. And you can see all the different access, financial, meal, or parking transactions. Within the security area, you can reset a terminal alarm, as well as set a terminal control command. So just do terminal name show by list, and I could send any of these doors a command to unlock the door or to close the door if it's in open hours mode. Could check on a door status to see if it's in an open or closed mode. The doors are not connected to our system as I'm in a demo area. Otherwise, you'd see the status right here. You can clear door commands as well as send a macro. Now, the macro would be utilized to do lockdowns. You configure the different macros for areas within the campus, specific buildings, specific areas of the campus, buildings grouped together. It could be the whole building, and you simply click on the run macro and it will issue that lockdown command to the campus and to those terminals so that they're go into closed mode, and it could prevent somebody from utilizing their card if they're not a security officer or flagged to utilize their card in that location as a security person or someone who has access during a lockdown. Into the report areas, we just have a couple in here for demonstration purposes that I'll show you. So for example, GL transactions for account, I could pull up my account number. Doing the search pulls it up into this method. If I didn't do the search, it would have just gone off of the account that I typed in here. I can put in a date range. This is going to show a great deal of transactions, or at least it should. I'll list totals only though, and execute that report. And wait a few moments as it's running that report. I did as totals only, so you're not seeing the detail. It was $1,402. I could export this out to Excel, PDF, Word, or print it, of course. Let me do it without listing totals only. I'll preview that report. And you'll see here all the transactions individually within the that report that we selected. Under the System tab, you have the ability to maintain groups, locations, categories, and various other functions like doing adjustments to general ledger accounts. As I mentioned, this is a work in progress and we're adding more functionality into the web application, but we wanted to show our client base and some prospective clients through this webinar where we're going. It's obviously much more attractive than what we've had in the past, a lot more user-friendly, intuitive, has a clean look, allows you to utilize any browser. I mentioned before that it is reactive and mobile optimized, so I'm just going to, for example, change the size here, and you see then that when you click on the icon over here, it pulls over those command areas, the menu. Otherwise, it leaves you with the dashboard that you can click into. I'll go right into account maintenance and edit an account. Select that account, and you'll see the different areas. If I then resize it, of course, it reformats the view for you. So it's a much improved solution. The look is a lot different than what we've done in the past, and we've got a lot of positive feedback from our clients. We wanted to show this to folks so that we can get additional feedback from current clients as well as prospects on what you feel about it, how you think that we can improve upon it. So by all means, let me know if you have any questions or any comments or feedback. We're happy to get that within there. As I mentioned, this is still in development, so it doesn't have all the functions that are in our current client server application that's available now. Once this is released it'll have a majority of the functions that are in the system now, in the application now, such as creating or maintaining access control rules. So that will be in this product. You will not have to go to another area. You'll be able to do it right from the web browser. Just the version that I am running now for demo does not have that in it yet. In one of the future version releases before that is in beta testing, you should see those functions added, as well as some other functions that you may not have seen today. This is just the initial view of it to demonstrate the look and feel and some of the functionality. So as I mentioned earlier, this webinar is being recorded and it will be posted at onecard.com. That's the number one, CARD.com. Here is my email address. If you have any other questions after the webinar is over or feedback that you'd like to give to us, by all means, just email me. A question came in on any idea on how this will be licensed. We are reviewing a new licensing structure for this. We should be finalizing that within the next few days on exactly what we're going to do. We have some development meetings next week to go over that exact piece of it, but we do expect to utilize, or at least the feedback that we've gotten from clients and what we've tossed around would be to utilize a concurrent seat license, um, but with the ability to possibly hold some seats for certain operators, so that master administrators or main administrators of the system who need to be in it all the time would always have a seat reserved for them. Of course, we'll be offering enterprise licensing as we do now for administrative terminals, but we will move for those that don't want to use enterprise licensing, most likely to a seat licensing method as opposed to a licensed terminal method, being that it will be browser based and you could use your mobile devices. So it'll be based upon logins then. Question came up of whether we'll be at NACIS. Yes, we will. I personally will be at NACIS, as well as Alan Foy and Deb Hafer, who are members of the sales team. So by all means, if you're going to be at NACIS, then the Auxiliary Services Conference that is coming up this weekend and next week, please feel free to visit us in the exhibit hall, and we'd be happy to speak with you and chat with you at that time. If there are no other questions, any other questions, feel free to send over to me, and I'd be happy to answer them in email by all means. With that, though, I'd like to thank you all for coming to this webinar. We appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you on future webinars. Just visit onecard.com and you can see the other webinars that are coming up. I think the next one we're doing is on the NDE locks from Allegiant and how those will function and benefit your campus, or how you can benefit from utilizing them. And this recorded session will be on our website within the next few days, but you'll get a link emailed to you within the next day to download it from GoToWebinar if you'd like to view it before then. So thank you so much and have a great day.